Good evening, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and this is my buddy Heather here, and we are the Crones. We wanted to take a minute and tell you guys a little bit about us. If you're new, we have quite a few new members, and you guys may not know anything about Heather and I. And so I just wanted to tell you that Heather and I used to work together and still do, actually. We do remote healing work, but we worked together in a wellness center for many years, lived together, went through COVID together. Our gifts started waking up. Our guide said, start a YouTube channel. And
here we are.
Nope, not going to happen.
Kicking and screaming all the way, but we're here.
18 months later, I surrendered to spirit and started the channel. And boy, am I glad we did. It's been delightful. But I just want to say a few things. We're just two crones sharing our spiritual journey experiences. So please don't judge. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. We were guided to start this YouTube channel to share our journey and experiences in the hope that it helps others on their spiritual path. So thanks for being part of ours, and let's all hope we learn and grow in love together, because this is the time.
Yeah.
This is the time we've all been waiting for. Hey, Diane G. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
So nice to see you tonight. And thank you to all you new subscribers for being here, and we really appreciate it. Yeah. We appreciate everybody out there that joins us. It's been such a trip of love and honor. Anyway, fabulous community here on YouTube. Highly recommend it.
Hi, Randy.
Urging you. Hey, Randy, how are you doing tonight?
So we're just basically going to tell you a little bit about us before we start the show.
Heather, you go ahead and start, would you please?
Okay. I'm more of a support most of the time when we're together, because believe it or not, I don't want to get on actually enjoys it a lot. So I just lend help whenever is needed, and when I feel like I need to say something, then I say something.
Trust me, it's a team effort. I couldn't do it.
It is a team effort. We both have our individual parts that we do, and we really do support each other. So that's really good. But other than that, I do a lot of, well, anybody who watches the remote viewing knows that I do remote viewing, and that's actually one of the better things I do. I also read cards. Wait,
before you run off to cards, can you just explain a little bit about what remote viewing is for anybody new to it?
Well, what I do is actually a little different from most people. I mean, when you look up remote viewing, you see the military type thing where they say, go to these coordinates and draw pictures of what you see. For me, I see for me to go, I just say, I want to be here. I'm there. I don't know how, but I am there. And there's usually somebody there too.
And you're there in what, your astral body?
Yes. It's not, I'm constantly going back and forward, because I will ask whoever is there with me questions about wherever I am, and their answers get written down in a book that's sitting on my lap while I'm there. So I'm constantly back and forth. Okay, I need to write that down, write it down, go back out. And it's...
Why not talking to your phone? Why not record it on your phone?
Because I still have to say it. And I remember it better when I write it down.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And when I write it down, I have more questions, and I have...
oh, that's great.
Yeah. While I'm writing, I'm going, but why? So, instead of just taking the answer and going, I take the answer and I'm going, oh, wait a minute, let's clarify that. And it's like, I also time travel and I dimension travel at the same time, and I don't know what I'm doing. I just automatically do it. It's like when I went to Lake Titicaca and there were ruins under there. I said, well, everybody can see these ruins. They have pictures of them. I want to know what it's like when the people were there. And all of a sudden, I'm in a thriving metropolis of that ruin.
Fascinating.
So,
I just love it.
and I can ask questions, not only to the person that's with me, but to anybody else I happen to see. I can ask them questions. It's like, okay, I'm there, but I'm not necessarily invisible. Anybody that happens to walk by, I can stop and ask a question and they'll answer. I don't know what language they're speaking, but I understand it, so it doesn't matter.
Here's a question
So
about that real quick. Are you accepted to all places you remote view?
I will say most. When I went to
I was gonna
Antarctica,
say not all.
uh,
Not at the South
when
Pole.
I went to Antarctica, I was allowed to go to a certain point. And then after that, they said, no, you can't come any further. Even if I tried, I couldn't get past that point. So,
I think there's
you
some
know,
points you don't want to get past.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and that was for security reasons. I know.
Sure.
And they'll tell me that. Or, if they don't answer a question, well, can I ask that question? No. Okay, good. I will just let that drop. Well, let's go somewhere else on something else. You know. So for the most part, yes, I am able to get there and I'm able to see everything. Sometimes and it was
Okay.
again,
Wait. Shortened version of your bio. We're back. We're trying to do our bio.
anyway, so I do a lot of remote viewing and everybody does, not everybody, but a lot of people do the tarot and the oracle cards. And we do that as well. And we are in completely different places. So when we draw cards, we don't know what the other person has. And it's amazing how often it comes out to be about the
Oh
same.
yeah, usually.
Yeah.
But we're both psychic mediums. We
Yeah.
both, her mediumship skills are stronger than mine. Although all of a sudden, since I keep saying that, people keep knocking on the door, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe
Mine,
I'm not so bad.
mine has been there since I've been a child. I mean, even waking up in the middle of the night when I was like in kindergarten, first grade, I'd look at the foot of the bed and see somebody and say, oh, and it was always the same person. And I did ask about that. And I was like, oh, it's you, and go back to sleep, But there are people there. And this particular one person was just making sure that I was okay.
I
And
think it's nice to have a
I
comforting
thought it
ghost.
was nice too. And I woke up and there was this lady in these older clothes. And I'm going, oh, hello, goodbye. Go back to sleep. So it's been around for a long time. In fact, a lot of the things that I do, I didn't know I was doing until much later in life. And I said, yeah, but I used to do
So
that.
COVID. So
So
COVID.
I
It
was not
was,
even aware.
yeah, you were doing it all along and had no idea.
No, it was not exactly acceptable in my family. But my mom knew about it. But it's really, really funny to me, ironic, that it was that way. Because my older brother dreams, and a lot of them are prophetic, and he had to shut it off because he would be dreaming and something horrible would happen and there was nothing he could do about it. He just knew it was going to happen. So he tried to shut that down. The only time he opens it up is when,
David had those awakened dreams. Remember, he had those type of dreams every now and then, but he was awake when he had them. He hated it.
Mhm.
Just hated it.
Yeah. And the only time he wakes them up is when he's working with the police department trying to find somebody. And he can direct them.
Very
Have
talented.
something, he would hold on to it and he could tell them where that person was. He didn't know where it was, but he could describe it well enough that the police knew where it was and they would find him. My younger brother, I don't know what he went into, but he always thought he was always doing meditation and he was more of a American Indian type person, but he didn't develop the skills that my older brother and then I did. And he's no longer here, but he was only here for a short time, basically. Of course, we do cards and all the pendulum. I've done pendulum forever. I used to just always wear a crystal, and wherever we were, I would use it if we needed it. And if I didn't have a pendulum, my keys work real well.
Any bloody necklace once you
anything that moves is good for me.
yeah for sure.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, of course, the most important thing, I think to you too, to me, was healing. And our method of healing, we can't teach. You can't teach it. It's not Reiki. It's not. It is an energy, but as it was explained to us, it's like if you look at a chemistry chart and you take two elements and put them together, they're a compound. But in our case, if you take our two elements and put them together, it's a new element. And that's what the healing is our new element. And I always found it to be so funny.
They kept David, my husband, alive for many years after they told him he shouldn't be alive anymore.
Yeah, and he would even say, we kept him alive waiting for the hospital to decide, oh, I guess he's not going to die. Okay, we'll do something. Oh, we're so mad at him. Anyway.
Yeah, we've had some pretty weird experiences.
Yes. But I always thought it was funny that you're the registered nurse and I was the educator. So she studied the body and I studied the head. But when we worked together, she took care of the head and I took care of the body. So exactly. I would do surgery and she would do all the mental stuff. Now, who knows how things are going to go?
Crazy, isn't it? Hey, Lauren, how are you doing? Hey, Catherine. Welcome, you guys. Welcome.
She does things that I can't do, like your reconnective stuff.
Oh, that's how I started out. But once we started working together, it all morphed into whatever, evolution therapy is. We've been doing that now since 2010, 12, I think. Yeah. 2012 is when we started working together. Hey, Akila.
Yeah, and that was before we actually were working on Ascension.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
during COVID, we did a lot of work.
It was, I had already started reading long before you and I met.
Oh, yeah.
And I was always into the occult as a kid and astrology and all of that. But boy, once COVID hit and you and I it went up. It went up to a different level. That's when I started channeling different entities and such.
And I was taking notes.
And I didn't until that point. I guess it was my deceased husband that brought all my gifts out because he started knocking on the door, and then he was basically my guide in the beginning. And there's still a major guide in my life. Yeah. What, 9 years later?
I know I took a course. I actually took the official course for astrology, and it gave me enough information to understand when somebody else is talking about it, but that's it.
Right.
To me, astrology is like going to college. Once you have the basic core, then you need to go to all these other different schools on how to do things.
So it's true. I went to Dolores Cannon's QHHT training. Level 1, started level 2, and then I learned how to read the Akashic records, and I put that on pause. And now I think I might go back and finish level 2 because I think it's just everything you have in your toolbox.
Yeah, I also feel you need to do that for your travels.
Yeah, I really think so too. So that's kind of in my back pocket right now, but I've been thinking on that lately. But anyway, that's not really why we were here tonight, but we had so many new faces, new subscribers. I wanted to give them a chance to see,
To know us better.
to know us a little bit better because it's been a while since we've done that. But okay, let me see. What are we here for tonight? I forgot now.
We're here for spiritual resolutions.
How many of you all in the chat ever did New Year's resolutions? Did you do it once and twice when you were a kid and then went, never mind, because that's what I did. I just thought it was nonsense. What?
Cards.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello,
Oh, it's
hello.
okay. I'm just going to go through it real quick.
No, go ahead.
The first one was us and change of minds. In other words, we're constantly going back. We believe this. No, we believe this. No, it's going to be this way. No, it's not going to be that way. We're doing that right now because of all the chaos. And what helps us with that is actually prayers to try to figure out what's going on. And this is a different kind of a card reading because it usually tells us what the problem is and then the resolution. What they're telling us is that, okay, this is a problem for us. This is not something that we should be doing necessarily, but it's a problem. And our prayers are helping. Meanwhile, our souls are still working with the divine. And our bodies, especially after all these sun flares, are still rejuvenating. Hopefully.
Man, I've got aches and pains everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I got up this morning, couldn't hardly move until I got in my chair with the vibrator and the heater on and shook things up, but then I could move again. But they were saying, listen to the music. And I just had it come into me, especially the Christmas music, because it's upbeat.
Yeah.
Most of it. And then we could go ahead back to being our normal starseeds. So listen to that music to help get everything brought back up again, because let's face it, all the chaos out there is driving us nuts.
I pay no attention to the man
to the man behind the green screen.
Exactly. Oh God. Okay. If you guys do resolutions, let us know.
Yeah, when I don't, because as I was telling her, to me, a resolution is almost a negative word because you know you're going to break it. So why bother?
That's how I felt about it. She says, not really for me. We can start changing even when it isn't New Year. You betcha.
That's true. That's true. You do it whenever you want to.
Okay, let me start this off. As we say goodbye to the old year and prepare to welcome whatever the new one brings our way, God knows what. This next year, it only makes sense to want to mark the transition in some way. There is something very empowering about a new year, a clean slate, a fresh start. Whether you enter this new year energized and ready to imagine how life might be different in the coming days, or whether you've barely crawled your way up onto the shore of a new year, gasping for breath, shipwrecked and weary from the storms of the past year, spiritual practices may help to anchor us in spirit and bring us joy, meaning, and deep rest in the coming year, whatever it may bring. I think I'm that one that's gasping for breath over the last 2 months. Yeah. Beyond the celebrations and fireworks, many find themselves drawn to the metaphysical meanings associated with the transition into a new year. This moment serves as an opportune time to delve into the realms of spirituality, seeking guidance and understanding for the journey that lies ahead.
And it's especially true this year because we don't usually have 2 new moons in a month. And we have one right at the end of this month. So everything we do is it's
powerful, very powerful for intentions.
Very. So in shamanic philosophy, it sees the turning of the year as a time to honor and give back to Mother Earth, and a way of tapping into and acknowledging nature's cycle of transformation. And boy, is it transforming, just thinking about all the earthquakes that are going on and the sun stuff. I mean, it's transforming. In the Kabbalah, the mystical tradition of Judaism, which actually I studied for a while.
Did you?
And I would need to find the rest because I took the whole course, but I didn't get through it all. I can have it all down on my computer. I need that back, And it views New Year's as a fruitful opportunity to deepen our introspective. Kabbalah teaches that there is a primordial, eternal light that transcends ego and is around us and within us. The start of the new year is an ideal time to access this light, which represents awareness. Does that sound familiar to you guys? All on this awareness, we go within to find new intention as we let go of the old. That sounds familiar too. So by going within, reconnecting with our true nature, we have the opportunity to ask ourselves, what is my heart's purpose? What do I want to do? And what do I love?
I love that.
Yeah.
Those are good questions. What is my heart's purpose? What do I want? And what do I love?
Because those are the things you're going to do.
Very intentions for the coming new moon, for sure. Metaphysically, the advent of a new year is often seen as a powerful symbol of rebirth and renewal. The cycle of nature, mirrored in the changing of season, reflects the cyclical nature of life itself. Each new year offers a blank canvas, a chance to release the past and embrace the limitless possibilities of the future. This sounds like what every astrologer's been telling us for the last couple of months, I guess.
Yeah, and
this last month.
Yeah, release that old stuff. Get rid of it.
Yeah. That's the full moon was really powerful for releasing. Decluttering our surroundings can help lighten our mental load. Let me see if I think we have another slide. Yeah, I'm just going to put that up. We only have 2 tonight. That's it. Crazy, isn't it? Decluttering our physical surroundings can help lighten our mental load, which would be a great way to start the new year. I'm telling you, when I had that estate sale and sold everything I owned, it was amazing the freedom I felt. Absolutely amazing. It really works. If we want to bring new things into our life, like new clothes that fit the career we aspire to, or a new habit to improve our health, or a new spiritual practice, whatever it is, we need to make space for it. Spend some time prior to New Year's Eve getting rid of possessions that we no longer want or need. Get them physically out of our houses.
Yep. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be taking to ARC because somebody else is going to want this stuff. It's all really good stuff, but I don't need it.
I got all my boxes to go through them again and get rid of them.
And also spend some time thinking about your habits. Maybe you stop for coffee every morning on your way to work. For us, it's the first thing in the morning. And if you really enjoy that part of your morning, then keep it. If not, change it. Maybe you'd like to spend 30 or more minutes at home reading or meditating. Think about the habits of the mind. Do you speak critically to yourself? What would be a good mental habit to change? Think about it before the new year gets here. And have you been holding on to anger? Your anger may be completely justified, but is it only hurting you? Is it holding you back? Maybe it's time to let that go. Do you feel guilty?
Have you ever watched anger eat somebody alive? Because I watched it eat my older sister alive. It's not Ready.
And I used to always say, especially people who were between 35 and 45. I know that's a big thing, but depending on their lives, that's when it shows up. But you can look at their faces and tell what kind of person they have always been. Have they, and it shows.
Are you talking about standing bitch face?
I haven't heard that before, but I like it. But really, I mean, you can look with men especially, you can look at their faces and know if they
You can see when they're angry. You're
oh
absolutely
yeah,
right.
you can see that they have been angry a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not somebody you want to mess with because you don't need their
Angry face.
and you can see it.
Okay. Yeah, you can. You're right.
So if you have anger, I always try to tell my kids it's only hurting you. You're being mad at somebody else. They're still winning because they can
Exactly.
care less.
You're
You're the one paying the bill.
they're in your head.
Mhm. They're still ahead of you. Or do you feel guilty still about something that's over and done with? Maybe it's time to let that go, no matter how hard it is. And some of those things are very
Yeah,
hard.
give yourself some grace. To heck with them. Give yourself some grace.
Yes,
All of it.
be a little easier on yourself. So, just as you removed the physical items that you no longer need, we can remove the mental junk as well. You can do things like take a piece of paper and write down the habits you want to let go, any old anger or hurt or guilt that no longer is doing you any good, and then burn the paper. It's gone.
I do that. I do that most every month at the end of the month.
And if you've been able to do that, you don't need to worry
Very
about it. But if you haven't been doing that on a regular basis, at least at the end of the year, please, for your own good. And this is just
new
personal opinion.
moon. I practice gratitude during the new moon and write on bay leaves. I ordered a big sack of bay leaves by mistake.
Boy, did she.
I think it was a pound of bay leaves or maybe a half a pound. I don't know. It was
I don't know,
enormous.
huge. Is bigger than the computer.
It was enormous. But it's great for writing intentions, so I'm okay with that. So
Yeah,
now that you've cleared out some space physically and mentally, you have room to bring in the new. And a great way to do that and make things tangible is to create a vision board. How many of you guys have created a vision board in your lifetime? I started doing that back in the early mid 2000s, I guess, when I first met Linda Hall. I started reading about vision boards and all of that with those people that were popular back then.
and I was going to say, in the teaching world where I was, they
Mm.
didn't use vision boards, but they had 5-year plans.
Oh,
Which
I
is
hate
basically the same thing.
five. We job interview. What's your 5-year plan?
Exactly.
I
I don't have one.
don't have one. Just be happy. I'm good with that. Okay. So spend a few minutes writing down goals you want to achieve in the coming year, experiences you want to have, and what you want your life to be like. You get poster board or foam board, tape or glue, something to write with, old magazines, photos, or images from the internet. Include pictures of yourself and then create somewhere on the board and make a collage. Oh my
Which
God.
is actually what I did
Fun doing. I used to have so much fun doing this.
and I did that same basic thing when we were assigned in one of my master classes to do a self-portrait. I said, I'm not doing another self-portrait. This is my face. So I went and got a whole bunch of old newspaper articles and copied them over and built a collage and then put my head my eyes and my glasses on. So it's like you're looking through my eyes. This is everything that's happened to me. That
I
was my.
think that sounds pretty bloody cool.
Well, I didn't want to do the old normal thing.
Well, I don't blame you. I think that was ingenious of you. So, if you want to include a picture of yourself somewhere on the board and make a collage, and if you want to become more physically active, maybe you include a photo of a swimmer or a runner or whatever. If you want to work towards a promotion at work, maybe you find an image of a nice big corner office or some other image that speaks to you.
And you want to add words and affirmations and inspirational messages, quotes that you enjoy, and anything else that you want on your board. And for me, like the mirror is my board. You got this. You can do this, that kind of thing. Put your finished board someplace where you're going to see it, every day, and
Exactly.
use it to keep what you want uppermost in your mind. When you wake up in the morning and you see that board, it reminds you. It's got to be where you can find it.
Oh, you know what our current vision board is? It's our crystal grids.
There you go. And I've got crystal grids and other things. When I wake up and I look down at the foot of the bed, there they are on the wall.
I
So
love it.
yeah. So now you have spent some time getting rid of what no longer serves you, literally and symbolically. And you've spent some time contemplating about what you want. Now it's time to quiet your mind. Take some time to mentally review this year. If you have journals, read what you did this year, find out. Focusing on special memories and accomplishments. Sit with your eyes closed and notice your breathing, and you will begin to feel more peaceful. End the old year and begin the new year with a feeling of peace. Practice gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in the spin cycle of the chaos that surrounds us, believe me, and to grow weary and frustrated and overwhelmed at a time when so much feels out of control. I think you all feel that.
We all do. I'm sure we've all been feeling that. Everything is out of control. But gratitude has definitely helped keep me sane.
Mm.
Gratitude is a spiritual practice that helps us to take a step back, to maintain perspective, that there is much good amid the challenges, and to remind ourselves of the many ways that God is present and providing for us. God's spirit, the God goddess, whatever you want to call, source energies. Consider beginning or ending each day by writing down 3 things for which you're grateful. An intentional practice of gratitude shapes the lens through which we see the world, a world of abundance or scarcity, a world of threat or of promise. It's so true. I actually go to bed reviewing the things I'm grateful for that day, and I wake up in the morning reviewing the things I'm grateful for that morning, like waking up. Hello.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Not everybody gets that choice.
Sometimes you need that little reminder.
Yeah. And this was one that I had not thought about, but makes wonderful sense. Practice listening mindfully. Mindful listening is when we put aside these tendencies and give all our full attention and present awareness to this person speaking. Like turning your phone off,
Or the
look-
TV.
looking them in the eyes, shutting the TV off. It means you listen without judgment or control. It means the person speaking to you will feel that they have been listened to attentively and been heard. It is a beautiful gift to hone in a world where social media is impacting our social skills and our ability to interact with each other in deep and meaningful ways. So
Yeah.
true.
Then when you're actually listening, that's not a time to be multitasking.
No, it's not. That's for sure.
You're not going to do anything well.
Mm-mm.
And then you can also use herbs for healing and manifestation. The use of herbs in metaphysical practices dates back centuries, with each herb carrying unique properties and energies. Consider creating a personal herb-infused ritual for the new year, incorporating elements such as rosemary for clarity, or lavender for peace, or something else for peace besides lavender if you're allergic like me, and thyme for courage. By aligning yourself with the energies of these herbs, you can amplify your intention for the year ahead. Sage, known for its purifying properties, holds a special place in the metaphysical practice. Burning sage, also known as smudging, is a ritualistic act that clears negative energy, providing a clean slate for new beginnings.
I love sage.
It also disinfects. So if you've got some issues, I mean, my neighbor sages, every week he sages his apartment. And I've got to say that when I bought plants, because there was nothing here, I bought the plants based on what herb or what it would do while it's in my apartment.
Cool.
So it wasn't just, oh, it's pretty. It's okay, why do I need you here? Incorporating sage into your New Year's ritual can be a powerful way to cleanse your space and set positive intentions for the coming year. We used to sage all the time before she would channel to make sure that those entities that came in were desirable for us and had our highest good in mind.
Absolutely.
So it's protective too. And of course, it's also, you've got salt too, long regarded as a symbol of purity and is believed to absorb and dispel negative energies. And then it will also
Absolutely.
earth you. I'm trying
Ground you. Ground
you. And that's what I use it for, because I live on the 4th floor in an apartment and there really isn't any place for me just to
Tell them how you ground yourself with salt. I love this.
Oh, well, I bought salt bricks, and they were actually, salt bricks are used a lot of times in making bathrooms and things like that. But I bought 2 salt bricks, and they go into the microwave to heat them up so they're not so cold. And I just have my feet sitting on top of them. Not only does it ground me, it also pulls out toxins. So, salt's a good thing. So incorporating salt into your New Year's rituals, such as saltwater bath or creating salt-infused charms, or in my case, sitting with my feet on the blocks, can enhance your spiritual cleansing. And as you immerse yourself in the purifying properties of salt, visualize releasing any lingering negativity and welcome the positive energy. And really, it will help detox. But those are cool bricks.
They really are. They're very cool bricks.
Yeah.
So as we stand on the threshold of a new year, the metaphysical journey invites us to explore the deeper dimensions of our existence. Focus on growing spiritually and don't worry about always succeeding. Plan a weekend retreat or a pilgrimage to enrich your soul and equip you with new tools for life. Write down everything you want to release from the past year, such as negative emotions or fears, then burn that paper to symbolize letting go. Quiet your mind and mentally review the year, focusing on special memories and accomplishments. Allow yourself to make mistakes without self punishment. Practice gratitude and wonder, and ask questions to deepen your relationship with source energy and others. Have expectations for yourself, but don't enforce them too strictly. By incorporating sage, herbs, and salts into our rituals, we can align ourselves with the energies of renewal, healing, and manifestation. Embrace the metaphysical meanings of the new year, and may the coming days be filled with spiritual enlightenment, positive transformation, and the fulfillment of your deepest aspirations.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that background. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. We told you that was going to be a short one, but what great advice. We long gave up with self recriminations, resolutions. I think I was 12.
And it's like I said, this year is so much more effective than some other times simply because of the new moon right at the end of the year.
Very powerful for our intentions. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. We got a
And
little time. We could read some cards, or if you have any questions.
Randy, if you're not a fan of sage, rather than I had found some candles on Amazon, and they're sage, and they smell good, and she keeps them all the time. I would keep burning them all the time myself.
This is a brand. This
Yeah.
is a brand right here.
Yeah, pure sage, and it smells so nice and light.
Magnificent 101 energy cleansing, pure sage. They're delightful. But there's also different types of sage. There's a
Right.
white sage, there's a California sage, which smells completely different.
Yeah.
than
And
the
I have a sage spray because, like I said, in the apartment, we're not allowed to have candles or anything that lights. But I have a spray that I spray around.
Yeah. And there's other smells you can use anyway. It doesn't have to be that.
Right. Or you can have a sage plant in your apartment like I do.
But it doesn't even, you don't need to use sage.
There are other ones that you can use.
Yeah, Palo Santo. I just can't keep the stuff burning, so I gave up on Palo Santo.
But it smells good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do like it. Hey, Amanda Carroll, how are you doing?
And Akila.
So everybody hanging out okay for the holidays? Doing all right energetically, I hope. Remember, it's a time of year to love, 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 love your enemies. Not just those you love around you, but your enemies. Please, please, please send the light.
And don't let that chaos get you.
And don't let the chaos get you. Live your bliss. Enjoy the holidays with your friends or family, whoever you celebrate with.
Yep.
And just enjoy and ignore the chaos. Not my reality. Right?
Frankincense, I love frankincense.
Me too. And myrrh. I like myrrh too.
Makes it hard to sing in after the church does it, but I never objected to it.
Why is that true?
Why is it true? Because allergic.
Oh, I didn't know you were allergic to frankincense also.
In small doses, that's fine, but
oh my God, the churches use an incredible amount.
I know, you can't hardly even talk.
I used to cough having to go up to get communion because of all the swinging smoke.
Exactly. Exactly. And they only did it, and my dad was an organist in an Episcopal church, and my mom and I, of course, being soprano, were the first one, and being so short, we're the first ones in the choir, so we're right behind the boy going, oh, get over, buddy, with that incense. We're trying not to sing too much or breathe.
I don't know. I've never heard of burning guava leaves. That's interesting.
Yeah, let us know how it goes. And I'm glad you feel like
it's guava leaves. That's cool. I don't know anything about guava leaves. Hey, do you want we got about 15 minutes or some cards or just chat? What do you want to do? I do want to tell you that we had a really interesting show on Friday with Sun Psychic Jean. We total friggin' mix up, but it ended up really fun. She joined us. I screwed up the times. Excuse me. And but it was still a heck of a lot of fun. And Saturday was a great show with Valerie, Illumination Portal, on the full What? Wait a minute. Full moon, new moon,
Full moon.
full full moon on the
The next
15th.
one's a new moon.
Oh my God. Is it already Tuesday? Oh my God. I can't believe how fast time flies.
Why do you think I was hurrying so much to try to get those cookies out before I ran out of time? I
Oh,
wanted
you
them
should, Akil. Please do. They were really fun. And please go like and subscribe, everybody.
yeah.
And today is our last Tuesday show for the holidays, actually. We're going to have a really special show on Saturday, though. Heather's daughter, April Bond, who is this incredibly accomplished young lady who wrote and
Performed.
performed the music for our intro and outro, specifically for our intro and outro.
Mm-hmm.
She was an accomplished ballerina. She lived in an ashram for a while. She's a Vedic chef,
Yoga teacher.
yoga instructor. She's a poet.
Well, she's got her master's in creative writing.
Creative writing, I believe. She's just incredible. And so we asked her if she would come on the show, and that she's Saturday night. So that please join us. You'll be amazed. She's going to perform for us. She does. She writes kirtan. She reads and writes Sanskrit. Who
She
does that?
also does regular pop music.
As well, and she's got several albums out, and her website, her information is, of course, in the description of that show on YouTube, and it's already up and ready to go. So that really is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So she is definitely multi-talented. So that'll be our last show until the 4th, and the 4th, our first guest, it's a Saturday, and our first guest is Akila.
Cool.
Yay. I'm
No
excited.
pressure, Akila.
No pressure. No pressure. Oh, she's an old hand at it now. She's she says apples under the tree, Heather. That's fun.
Apples under the tree. That's cool.
I'm going to put this away. You guys have any questions for us? Any questions you like to ask regarding the show or us or anything on your mind? Or we can read cards.
I can always do that.
You can always read cards. Whatever you like, let us know. Hey, Mr. Joshua, how are you this evening? Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
The holidays. Very exciting. Only a million.
Joshua. Only a million? What's the only a million about?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll have to go
I'm not
back.
sure. And oh yeah, ballet was her true love. Well, ballet, I mean,
She actually graduated. She got her GDE, the high school thing. She graduated.
GED.
Yeah, she graduated a year and a half before the rest of her class, and she actually went to school in her high school years down. We lived in Kansas at that time, and she lived in Texas. There was Mr. Viscount has actually, I don't even know what his last name is. He just went by Viscount because he had been knighted, and he was a ballet instructor and had a school down here, and she went to school down here. She also went to Brazil with him as his demonstrator. You know, do this to show him what I want. Do this, you know. She also went to the ballet school in New York City and also in Milwaukee. So she's been all over. Oh, and Las Vegas. So
Catherine's got a question. Heather, did you see any Indians when in Roanoke?
only as visitors. And they did come in and help out those. Some of them came in and helped out those that were left.
But some of them raided the stores and stuff too.
Yes, at one time.
Whatever.
They're just like normal people. Some were good and some were not. So some raided, but at the end of everything, when everybody was so sick and there was nothing that they could do, there were Indians that came in, and they kind of said, well, we can take 3 or 4, or we can take a couple here, we can take them, and incorporated them into their tribes, and they all left. So the guide that I had was with the same group. Actually, that guide was in charge. It was like, I'm the older brother of the baby that was born there.
Right.
He was in charge of when they left. He was in charge of her, and he was in his teens at that time. So it was,
I can't believe I've forgotten her name. I remember learning about her in grade school.
Yeah.
Oh, can't remember her name. I can't remember it all.
Yeah, I agree, Amanda. Modern ballet is a lot different. April was actually more classical. A lot of it was on point shoes. She did, even after she quit, which I was kind of happy about. To me, she chose life, because at that time she was bulimic and anorexic, and she chose to give up the ballet and eat. And I said,
goodness.
Cards. Okay.
Our first one. All righty. You know the drill. Do it all in caps and emojis.
But she would do performances to raise money.
Hey, Zena.
Hush. It's about that time April will be coming home from work, and she gets upset when they don't stop by and say hello. My daughter actually lives on the same floor in the same building as I do. It's just a few doors down.
I think that's very lucky.
Yeah, I think she does too. Mom, do you have a cup of this? Can I borrow this pan from you? Sure. And then there are times when she just comes down for morning coffee while her husband's still asleep, and I think that's great.
That's nice.
Yeah. Miss Nisa. Where are you from, Miss Nisa? That almost looks like an old movie staircase. That's cool.
Yeah, out of Dracula.
Oh no, I was thinking more like what's his name?
Tolkien?
No, it would be Cary Grant or
right.
That kind of a movie, with
Katharine Hepburn or something like that.
Or with my man, what's his name? With my man, I can't think of it. He was a butler. So, but one of those black and white movies.
I love those old movies.
Hey, when they come on, I look for them. Because they're always well written and well acted. And I know them well enough, I don't have to read all the words. Don't have to worry about it. Let's see. This one. I was trying to figure out what deck to get the third card from, because I always change.
Well, I got the Major Manifestia card. This is a time of manifestation. I love the way everything around it looks like Christmas balls.
Yeah.
but also like stars as well. So to me, that is these ideas in your head that you are ready to manifest. And during this time of frost, I got the card, the frost, ice cold melting in time, a frozen glance at what lies behind, what lies ahead, what lies within, and the chilling frost of thy undead. This is talking about this time of year and how it's chilly and frosty outside, and you're inside ruminating about your intentions. It's also coming up to the first of the year, a new moon, time to manifest majorly. My guides are telling us to dream big outside the box, but it's also time for those cozy moments behind that frosted glass, enjoying a hot cup of cocoa next to a nice warm fire, dreaming these dreams that you want to manifest. Enjoy all of that during this season. It looks like you can have your heart's desire. I hope that resonates.
Are you done?
Mhm.
Okay. Because the very first card that came up is beacon. You are the beacon. You draw people. You draw all the things that are going on. And they said you've got somebody at your back. And by that I'm saying they got your back for you. You're in good shape.
So
Somebody's there protecting you, even if it is just my puppy dog like mine. But the reason why you're a beacon and why they have your back is because you do have the crystal keys. That means that you're able to fix things because you're aware of it. And you're especially working on the earth to help the earth. And so that also makes you a beacon because you're working together with earth and others are seeing that, say, we need to do this too. So, don't be worried about it. You do have the keys that you need to do the work that you need. It's just basically, you just need to be aware of it and you do it. So that's,
nice.
yeah.
Nice cards. Anybody else want their cards read? We still got a little bit, no, I guess a couple of minutes.
That's all right. We can keep talking. Oh,
Miss Nis is on the coast. We're in the mountains.
say that again?
Miss Nissa said she's on the coast. I said we're in the mountains.
Yeah, we're both in Colorado. We're just not in the same town. She's farther up.
Yes, Joshua, you can get one. Thank you.
Okay.
This is for Mr. Joshua, and then I guess it is time to go.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody for being here tonight. It was fun.
Let's see what Joshua says.
We'll see you on Saturday, like I said, with April Bond.
Yeah.
Is it aprilbondmusic.com? Isn't that her website?
I'm not really sure. I just talk all the time. So,
April
yeah,
Bond
actually is.
Music.
You're going to love this. Her husband's name is Christopher James Bond. She says, I'm a Bond girl. It's so funny. And he's like 6'4".
Yeah, she's tiny compared to him.
Yeah, and I'm tiny compared to her. So she must have got the Hunsaker genes.
Oh, I love this.
Cool.
Joshua, I got unique gifts. And look at this beautiful alien being. I don't know I believe she might be Arcturian, and see that glow of in her heart. That's her higher heart. We all have that glow within us, and this might be you for in a different lifetime, because I also pulled the star card, and obviously this being is from the stars or interdimensionally. It could be very well interdimensional. But I'm getting Arcturian. Follow the stars, for they know best. Not too light, not too dark. A shimmer of what is coming next. So I'm thinking these actually have to do with you being from the stars. And
And
I
that
also got the holiday card. Nourish the soul, cultivate connection, nurture the body temple, get loving support. Well, you do have loving some support from the stars. You're very connected to the stars, and you have loving support all around you with your guides and angels. So I think this was a really beautiful. Be mindful over the holidays, not to overindulge too much, and take care of uh, the body, mind, and the soul over the holidays.
and I got the first card I got for you was the Earth Star Chakra. You're here to help heal the earth, and you're doing it not just by yourself, because the next card was community. You've got friends who are helping you with this, and you are attracting others to help with the earth. And the third one was just a reminder, don't be afraid of challenges. You've got everything you need to go ahead and take care of things. Um, but it's important to communicate clearly and accurately. And you also have some amazing ideas to help with things. That's why you need to be clear and accurate so they understand what it is, because your ideas are super. And like I said, the very first one says, you're here to help the earth. You and the earth get along real, real well. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if you get messages, whether you're aware of it or not, that you're getting messages of things that she needs you to do to help her. And like I said, community makes a lot of sense. And communication, absolutely. So those cards.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one last general question. I don't know that I can do that.
What's that?
Amanda's asking, could we get a community message from our star brothers and sisters? Just one each.
The first thing that came in my mind when you were talking about that question was, hang in there, guys.
Yeah, I just heard that. We got your back.
Yeah. Hang in there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's it.
But that is a community message.
Yeah,
Really.
it is indeed. It is indeed. Let me take that banner down. We are done with that. It's time to say goodnight. Thank you guys for being here.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
We really
hope that what we said will be helpful in how you approach the new year.
Yeah, I hope so too. It'll make a difference in how I approach it. I know that's for sure. So that's kind of interesting too. I love what we learn when we're looking. What?
Look at what Joshua said. I'm glad. He actually just wrote a poem about the night before last the earth. So I told you she talks to you.
There you go.
There you go.
That's wild. Anyway, go out and love Mother Earth and each other, and send lots of love to your enemies, your perceived enemies, because they're not your enemies. We are all one.
And I keep getting pounded into my head, forgive yourselves. Give yourselves a break.
Yeah, for
Let
sure.
go of that stuff. Forgive yourselves.
Go have fun. It's the holidays. It's time to let loose a little bit and relax in front of a
Let's go.
fireplace. I want a fireplace and a hot cup of cocoa.
I have the fireplace. It's electric fire, but I have a fireplace.
I have a fireplace. I'm good. It's all good. I just haven't I haven't lit a fire yet. I'm afraid once I start, I can't quit. I love it.
That is one thing I miss about your country home.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll miss that fireplace for the rest of my life, probably. Yeah.
I don't know, as long as I have clothes with burned holes in them.
Your whole back was always burned.
Well,
Stay
I
cozy,
found
everybody. Stay warm. We love you. Thanks for being part of our tribe. Um, it just means so much to us, and I'm really happy and full of gratitude at this time of year because of this community. Thanks for being here, and hopefully we'll get to see you Saturday night. Heather, any last words, my love?
just take care of yourselves as well as others, and lots of love.
Till next time.
Right.
Take care. Bye-bye.